My name is Wan Jin. This is Mr. Vincent Chen as the Chief Designer for Chen-Interior. We are from Taiwan. So today we are actually presenting the project called KOKO. KOKO is actually a bank. Okay, so we are doing the bank projects right now. So going back to the histories of banking, 1700 BCs, we have Egyptians, we have Greek, we have Roman. At the beginning, they actually simply stored the money in the temples, the temple of gods. So there is no real banking systems there, but three of these peoples are actually store their money in the temples. So the ones that really actually lasting right now is from the Romans by 350 BC. They really create a separate banking system. So you really take the money out from the temples and put inside an individual bank. However, because they were starting from the temple, so the structures and also the buildings and the facades of it, it's completely like a temple of money. So whenever you go to the bankings, you have very high ceilings, you have the complete marble wall, the cold tones into that. In the other countries, it's bring the security of the feeling. So that's why it's like a temple of money. Even for the modern banking, sometimes you even have the bulletproof glass to it. It's about the security. This is for the interior. Even the exterior is the same. So let's go to our customer. Our client is Cathay United Bank in Taiwan. So this very banking in 2008 is awarded as best retail bank in Taiwan. 2014 Bank of the Year, the strongest bank in Taiwan, and the best trade bank in Taiwan as well. So they're actually very, very strong in banking industries in locally Taiwan. However, they have very big problems. They don't have customers under age 40, which is so-called Generation Y or the millennials. So those bankings, they simply don't have it. So they need to come up with the solutions. How can we really solve this problem, attract these people? So millennials under age 40, I'm one of them. It's like we are broke. We have very bad reputations. We don't really save money a lot. We actually use up the money very quickly, and we don't really care too much either about the paper things. The reality is, there is a study by 2020, 50% of the millennials will be the working group of the people. That means in the United States alone, there will be already over 80 million of populations doing this job. And those people, they actually see the digits a lot. They use computers, they use iPad, they use those electronic products. You need to have seamless controls to it. So this very bankings, the solution is more bits than coins. Those millennials, the digital numbers will be good enough for them rather than the paper. So they actually come up with a total solution. This total solution is from the bank. First, they have a new trademark, which is called KOKO. KOKO in Taiwan, as a local dialect, it actually means money. It's a KOKO. That's why they give it a completely different trademark, KOKO. They build up the Facebook page. They use the app, which is communication app like Line. Line is one of the biggest communication tools like WhatsApp, like other tools that you do it digitally. You have Line, you have complete Line app. They as well do a complete digital apps to do the QR code for buying. They even have the new credit cards, having the celebrities to design it to it. So this is the look, the old look and the new look, exterior-wise. Interior-wise as well, completely changed. Please remember, this very solution is designed for millennials only. Because some people come to us and say, what about the others? No, this is completely for the young generations too. So you will see here is the interiors. So outlet from left-hand side is the entrance. So you have the TV, you have the iPad sections. We still remain the counters, and then we have the sitting and waiting areas with the ATM machine. I'll show you the photos more further. This is from the outside. So from the outside, so you can see for the KOKO, as I mentioned, we actually receive the logo first. We receive the logo first before we do this very design. So we actually have the outside is the round shape to it. And then the interior wise, this is actually in the night. You can see it's completely with a pallet. These are all the recycled pallet woods. The good part is it's very fast installations, as well as very cost effective. And yeah, as an interior wise, this very shop is completely paperless. There's no paper there at all. As I mentioned, we have iPads, we have monitors, we have boards. You see the sofas. You don't see anything with the paper pricing. Complete paperless shop. However, we remain the counter. Because people may come here to ask the questions, how to use the app. If I want to purchase something, they need to use the app things. So we still remain the counter. And this very counter is actually interesting because the height is only to your waist. Why do we design the height is so low? Because today when you are actually using the mobile, when you want to share with your friends the information on the mobile, we actually have the idea in mind that you actually lean down on the table, and that is the most comfortable things. Like even like now, this is too high for me. If I can lean down a little bit to share the informations, that's why we designed the counter sliding only to the waist. Even the counter itself is used by polywoods. Okay. And here, as you see, there you have the sofa waiting areas. So please look at the ceilings. The ceilings, you have complete pallet woods tilted. Why are we doing this? In the sofa, when you are waiting, using the mobile, we expect the people with at the most relaxing gestures, which is lean back. So when you lean back, if you actually have the ceiling light directly shining down, it bites your eyes. So that's why we use the tilted pallet to actually block the light a bit. So you still have the brightness, but you don't have the light shines to your eyes direct when you are using the mobile student. So again, this complete design is for the millennials, and we actually design the way, we consider their way of using the apps, the stories, why they are going there. They will ask questions, they will share the information. If they want to do transfer, it's simply taking online, you do the complete online transfers already. So here you go. These two, the left hand side is ATM. This is the only machine that you can really receive the paper money. For the rest, they are complete digital. And the right hand side, it's a vending machine. So it's a vending machine. You can purchase things from the app with a QR code. So you sell things there. It's a vending machine for that. So this is the concept that cafe banks wants to convey digital applications to it. So here is one of the last. So this very place, other than the waiting, they as well use this very space as other functions, because they will actually have the people invited there, have the forums, have the talkings, have the small events and parties. So this very space, the chairs and tables, we don't really fix things there. All the furnitures are movable. So here's another view to it. So there you go. So the customers really host the functions there, and you see the blackboard at the back. They have the graphic people. As long as they have new information they want to do, they will draw on those blackboards. So they are completely changeable. So we have monitors, we have blackboards applications to it. So here you go. Right next to the new store, you actually have the old store next to it. So whoever passing by, you see the old things and the new things. And for those young people, they have the attractions to see, okay, there's a new thing, let's go and have a look. What is KOKO for? It doesn't really look like the real old styles of the banking. It's relaxing. Let's see. That's why they host events. They can actually as well attracting the people to it. So this is a complete solutions for this banking system. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So has it been a success? Have the number of under 40s millennials, have they come here in large numbers and become?
Yes, it's for the bank itself, it's a success because it really attracts the youth.
And so is this the first of many that are going to be rolled out? Many stores that will be similar to this, so there are other ones to follow?
At the moment, beginning they want to build this as a conceptual store. However, because it's really a success winning the youth here, so they are going to roll out other branches. However, they don't have the timing yet because it's just finished this year.
suppose that was going to be my next question. I said, what happens when you hit 41? They said they send you. Do they send you down the street to the old bank? Anyway, could you just moving back to interior design? Can you tell us more about the ideas behind the choice of materials? This timber and it's mainly the timber, obviously, but why this timber and why detailed in this way with this curving countertop?
Okay.
I mean, you explained about the leaning in, but not necessarily about this curving central countertop.
I see. The first question is about the materials. They are the very first bank doing paperless bank in Taiwan. So that's why because of this very concept, paperless, that's why he used the recycled materials to it as a recycled wood. And as for the curve to it, it as well echo to the logo as KOKO with a round shape. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Doesn't work. Okay, try that. And in terms of where the counter is,
Yeah.
you can have 3 or 4 people talking at one time. Have you had any feedback about the nature of that relationship? The curved counter and the person speaking. There's 4. I think on one of the plans it shows there are 4 stations. Is there any feedback from the customers about that relationship?
Ah, okay. Our clients actually really like the curve and the height because especially in Taiwan, the counter is normally very high. So they can't really use it very easily, but this very one is actually comfortable for them.
How have you found the millennials using the space? How long do they often stay for and what do they come in mostly to do? I see there's quite a bit of lounge furniture. When they sit down, what are they actually doing? Oh, okay.
So as you said, this is our launch, and that was the intention because they want those young people to come and use mobile. So because the applications is by mobile, they have a QR code for vending machine as well. So everything for this very bank is designed by the mobile base to use. So they want to have the space for people really easily using their mobiles.
So it's mostly for mobile use.
Yeah.
This is the thing that I find curious about it because mobile use could be anywhere. I mean, as long as you're online, you're in a different space, a virtual space, and I'm surprised that the bank invested in something that's hardware rather than software in terms of, I'm struggling to really understand what it is that people do here which they can't do anywhere else, apart from maybe ask a question to another human being, and then we're back to traditional banking.
First of all, the owner, they have the second generation. So the owner who's actually wants to do this very thing, conceptual idea, he's only 1 year older than him. So they're at similar ages. They want to create this type of spaces for the young people to come in. And when you are installed, after you install the apps, you may meet the questions encountered it, then you will have the place to go and as well as asking. Oh yeah. Sorry?
Was there any suggestion that you might offer them coffee or that sort of thing from vending machines to make the place even more inviting to use your mobile phone?
The coffee is from vending machine you purchase by QR code.
So there is a vending machine?
Yes, there's a vending machine.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.